What if one decision in one country could trigger a global war overnight? An alliance so powerful that if one member is attacked, the entire world could be pulled into conflict. This is NATO, and some people believe it might be one of the most dangerous forces on Earth. Formed after World War II, NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, was supposed to keep the peace, and for decades it has. But today, critics argue that the same alliance designed to prevent war could actually cause one. So what changed?
The power of NATO is not just another organization. It's a military alliance of over 30 countries, including some of the strongest nations on Earth. At the center of NATO is one rule: an attack on one is an attack on all. Think about that. If even a small conflict breaks out involving one member country, it could instantly escalate into something much bigger. And that's where the danger begins.
After the Cold War, NATO had a choice: stay the same or expand. It expanded. More and more countries joined, especially in Eastern Europe, moving NATO closer and closer to Russia's borders. To many in the West, this was about protection, but to Russia, it looked like encirclement. This growing tension didn't stay political. It started affecting real-world conflicts, especially in Ukraine. Critics say this expansion may have pushed global tensions to a breaking point.
NATO has enormous military power, advanced weapons, global bases, and massive defense budgets. Supporters say this power keeps enemies away, but critics argue something else. When you have a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. NATO has been involved in conflicts far beyond its original purpose, including Afghanistan and Libya. And not everyone agrees those interventions made the world safer. In some cases, they may have created instability instead.
Here's the biggest fear. Imagine a small incident, a border clash, a misunderstanding, or even an accident. Now imagine that incident triggers NATO's collective defense. Suddenly, multiple powerful countries are involved. Military forces mobilize, tensions rise. And because several NATO countries have nuclear weapons, the stakes become terrifyingly high. This is why some experts warn NATO doesn't just respond to conflict, it has the potential to amplify it. But here's the twist. Not everyone agrees with this fear. Supporters say NATO is the reason large-scale wars haven't happened. They argue it prevents conflict by making attacks too risky. In their view, NATO isn't dangerous, it's necessary. So, which side is right? NATO is one of the most powerful alliances in human history. To some, it's a shield that protects the world. To others, it's a spark that could ignite something far worse. The truth may depend on what happens next. So now I'll ask you, is NATO keeping the peace or pushing the world closer to the edge? Comment your opinion below.